His coffin was draped in a Newcastle United shirt signed by Rafa Benitez and players, and amongst the mourners was County Durham's former IBF Cruiserweight World Champion Glenn McCrory. Scott died from an apparent brain injury after winning his last fight on February 24. He was rushed to hospital after falling ill backstage following his victory over Dex Spellman at the Doncaster Dome, and his death was confirmed 2 days later. The 31-year-old, who originates from Prudhoe, Northumberland, was cremated in Sheffield in an emotional ceremony on Tuesday. And he was remembered as Hall of Fame by the script, and Will.I.Am was played. The funeral of boxer Scott Westgarth, 31, originally from Prudhoe, Northumberland, which was attended by members of the Sheffield Boxing Centre where Scott trained. Image, Adam Westgarth. Hundreds gathered to celebrate his life along with his ex-boxer dad John, 58, mum Rebecca Marshall, 58, brothers Adam, 35, Lewis, 21, sister Beth Annie, 24, and girlfriend Natalie Carr. Scott's dad John, nicknamed Mean Machine, was a heavyweight in the 1980s and 1990s who boxed for the European title. He shared the ring with the likes of Herbie Hyde, Razor Ruddock, Derek Williams and McCrory. He said, "There were hundreds at the crematorium and even more at the Royal Victoria Hotel in Sheffield at the wake. It was a fantastic turnout. Glenn McCrory came down and it was really nice to get his support. Me and Glenn go back a long way and it was great to see him there." He commented on Scott's last fight and he said Scott would have done really well. Letter written by Rafa Benitez and sent to Rebecca Marshall, mother of tragic death boxer Scott Westgarth. Image, Newcastle Chronicle. Scott was a huge Newcastle United fan, and after mum Rebecca asked for his shirt to lay on the coffin, the club went one step further and Rafa and the team signed it. Rafa also sent a heartwarming letter by saying, "It sounds as though Scott made a great name for himself in his own sport of boxing, and I'm sure he made you and your family very proud. I hope the enclosed shirt, which has been signed by all the players, will be a fitting symbol of his passion for Newcastle United. With our sincere condolences for your loss, Rafa Benitez, manager." Rebecca Marshall, mother of boxer Scott Westgarth, and an NUFC signed shirt given by the club. Image, Newcastle Chronicle. John added, "The shirt was on top of the coffin. It was an emotional day, but it was heartfelt, and the family are really thankful to Rafa and the players for signing it." Scott was a big NUFC fan and would spend hours talking about Newcastle on the phone with his granddad. His funeral was held at Grenoside Crematorium in Sheffield, which was attended by more than 20 people from the Sheffield Boxing Centre where Scott trained. Brother Adam, who has launched a petition to make it law for brain scanners to be on hand at all bouts, said, "He was the fun type of guy and never shied away from anything. The day was all about Scotty and celebrating his life." Scott Westgarth. Image, PA. On his last fight, the former Prudhoe Community High School pupil won on points but was knocked down during the bout. He took part in post-fight interviews before paramedics were called to help him as his condition deteriorated. Part-time chef and personal trainer Scott, who had also tried his hand as a footballer before turning to boxing, collapsed in his dressing room before being rushed to the hospital. His organs were donated, and mum Rebecca said her son had saved the lives of 7 people. After his death, a GoFundMe page was set up in his memory to help his stricken family, which has already raised almost £10,000. Rafa Benitez's most heartwarming moments from his time on Tyneside. Scott, who also leaves doting grandparents Richard and Marion Tweddle, had won 7 of his 10 professional fights. He had no amateur career and did not pick up a pair of gloves until he was 24 after years of working as a ski instructor. His death saddened the sporting world, and boxing greats such as Frank Bruno and Ricky Hatton took to social media to pay tribute to light heavyweight Scott. Anyone wanting to donate can visit www.gofundme.com/Scott-Westgarth to sign Adam's petition. Visit https://petition.parliament.uk/petitions/216069.